Okay, so I'm recording again. I'm finishing with the Lytle story. This is Lytle part 2. So, I get into the Baptist hospital and I park. I've gone up to the floor and everything. I'm on the 5th floor. And I meet Letitia and she's like, you know what? I just finished this one. And at that point, I'm like, great. My sole mission was to shadow you on calls today, and I missed two. Two. I had 2 calls to make, and I've made 0 so far. So far, 0 for 2. 0%. Not good, okay? So then I go downtown, but she's like, you know where the Knicks is? And I was like, yeah. Even though I really was kind of shady on the Knicks, because I've got lost going to the Knicks a few times, I did not want to seem like a complete idiot. So I was like, yeah, I kind of know where the Knicks is. So she's like, when I get there, I will wait for you to do an assessment. And so I go to the garage in Baptist Hospital. Didn't get my little ticket validated so I had to pay to be in the garage or whatever. But I think you have to pay $2 as soon as you go in. So I'm out $2, but I'm not really pissed off about that. I'm walking around and this lady looks at me when I'm like going to my car, and I'm like, why is this lady talking? She goes, excuse me, sir, I believe your gas tank is leaking, but in in not that deep a voice. And I'm sitting there like, what? My gas tank's leaking? That's not good. And she said, just be careful when you drive it out, blah blah blah. And she was just looking at me like I was insane for driving it. So I turn on the car, and yeah, it's leaking a little bit of gas, but it's not as big a deal as I had anticipated. But on top of everything else, it seems like the worst day of my life. So I'm driving from downtown Baptist to the downtown Knicks, and I find my way to the Knicks rather easily. I'm quite proud of myself. Even though it's one of the taller buildings downtown and it's not that hard to find. So, but still, I'm feeling pretty good. I get to the 1st floor, and if you press a button at downtown Knicks, chances are it's going to take you about 20 to 30 minutes to get on the elevator. And I'm just waiting. Bing! The elevator door rings. I'm like, yes, I gotta go to floor 21. I'm pressing 21, 21, 21, and it's doing the same blink and not go on. So I'm like, okay, is the elevator broken, or you can't get to the 21st floor, or you have to go to the 17th floor then to go to the 21st floor, which doesn't make sense to me, but okay, it's probably for security reasons or something. So the lady, luckily the other lady's going to the 17th floor, so she hits 17. I get out on 17, go up to floor 21, find my way in, and then I try to walk up to the door and pull it, and I'm like, okay, it's locked. There's a little buzzer, and I'm like, excuse me. This is me pressing the buzzer. Excuse me, I'm Nick Harrell. I'm here to do a MAT assessment. And he goes, and the guy calls back, who are you? And I think I'm supposed to keep holding the button to talk. Yeah, I'm Nick Harrell. I'm here to do a MAT assessment with Letitia. And Letitia vouches for me, and they let me in. And then we do one MAT assessment. And I watch her and everything, and it's all good. Everything's going pretty well. It was a bit of a tough MAT assessment, but we got through it. And then I'm informed that there's another MAT assessment downtown at the Knicks at the Riverwalk Clinic, which is just right across the street. So I walk down there, I'm saying hi to everybody. They're meeting me for the first time. We walk in, we assess another client, or she assesses another client. I observe, talk with the family a little bit, and we didn't have a bed available, but that's other stuff that's related to the case that I won't get into. But anyways, we gave them some referrals and told them to call us back, and then I'm getting ready to leave. Letitia's been so patient with me not being able to find my butt from a hole in the ground, and I'm getting ready to leave, and I go to get my stamp validated because the initial validation thing is closed. The initial stamp validator thing, so I have to go to the garage. And this guy just met, and he's like, "What's up, Nick? It's good to have you working here. Blah blah blah." This nice, like middle-aged black gentleman, and I take out my card, and I put it in front of him, like, "Okay, just validate that." And he goes, "This is from Downtown Baptist." I was like, "Oh, it's been a long day," and I rip it up. And then I'm like, I left my ticket in my car. So I cross the street, go back up. I walk up 6 flights of stairs. At this point, I'm just so pissed. I'm like, I'll probably get lost if I try to find the elevator. So I'm just gonna run up this flight of stairs. I run up 6 flights of stairs, and there's my car sitting there, still leaking oil, which is awesome. But I'm just trying to get home at this point. I really don't care anymore. And the whole time I'm sitting to myself thinking, man, this sucks. But I did get in 2 MAC calls, so it's all good. But in a very roundabout way. So I'm driving down the Houston Street Garage. And if you know the Houston Street Garage and you're on the 6th floor, you basically have to do this. You turn right, turn right, turn right. You make about 75 right turns before you get down and wait in a line to get to the ticket booth to pay your ticket. And then I pull out my card and I'm like, wow, I did have it in my pocket. But at that point I would have been too embarrassed to walk back up to the guy who was supposed to validate my ticket in the first place, because there's already been 2 people who thought I'm a complete idiot tonight. Why do I need a third? Well, he actually probably thought I was a complete idiot, but he didn't want to hear from me again. I got the feeling. Next time, I'm going to go and be calm and collected. I'm going to nail it. But this was just a bad night. So, I find the card, yay, blah, 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 and then I get to the thing and I'm like, that'll be $5. So, I'm out $7, and I've had a horrible night, and I just want to go home, get something to eat, blah blah blah. I stop by McDonald's, and they're like, pull up to the first window. And I pull up to the first window, and I sit there for a second. I'm like, wait, there's nobody here. There's nobody at the first window. So did they mean pull up to the second window? Or did they say pull up to the second window? And my brain's just so fried right now. But I get my, what did I get? I had like, oh, the $1 cheeseburger, some fries, and something else. And I got home and everything was cool. I was like, oh, whew. I never want that to happen again. And then it turns out my Uncle Glenn has an iPhone that he hasn't been using. So I'm going to call him today and get the iPhone, and I won't get that lost again, hopefully, with the GPS tracking system that they have. And I'm also going to play air hockey probably for the rest of my life. So if this is the last YouTube video I ever do, you know I'm just sitting around, if I'm not working, playing air hockey. And ignoring my girlfriend, unfortunately. She won't like that. So I'll try and get the air hockey thing under control. Thank you for listening to my story. God bless. I hope it was funny. If not, I tried. Oh well. Thank you.